Hello, good afternoon and welcome at Rangers Radio. And this pre-match show as we build up to a home game against Kuilmarnock. Join myself, Fox, here on the show. It's the one and only GB. Afternoon, GB.
Good afternoon, Ox. Thanks for having us on today, mate.
No, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. How's things in the GB world?
Busy, mate. Getting over, I don't know what it was dragged in for a nursery, mate, but we're fitting well, so we've passed the fitness test under Michael Beale today.
That means you're no fit then.
Exactly, mate, that's it.
All right, I believe you've got the team for us, mate.
I have, mate. So, starting lineup is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Davies, Barisic, Jack, Raskin, Cantwell, Fashion Jr., Ken and Choak. And the subs is McLaughlin, Lundstrom, Hadji, Suter, Kamara, Morelos, Wright, Arfield and Devine.
Let's start with the subs first, bizarrely, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Good to see John Suter back and we wish him all the best, GB, yeah?
Yeah, been a long time coming. I think probably there was a couple of panic stations when they said that he was going to be another few weeks, a couple of weeks back. Oxley thought it was maybe going to be something longer there, but it just shows you they've gave him the time and the boys made the bench today. And hopefully, Ox, all going well, we'll get to see him on the park today.
Yeah. If we can get some goals, take people off, rest of the plans that we've been making every game, mate, and it's no came to fruition. So the big talking, there's a lot of talking points. At this moment in time, whether you think of them or no, I think the back five picks itself. You agree?
I agree, mate, yep.
Right, so we're into the midfield where we're playing Jack and Raskin with Cantwell and with Fashion Jr. and Kent, and then Choak up front, and people will be saying, what's happened in a week to change things? You know, I think people will be more upset when they say the day's team than they were last week. I would have played Lundstrom, personally. Yeah, I would have played Lundstrom, but in my opinion, he didn't look fit. You know, but that's only my opinion, GB. So he's went with the players that have been brought in to start. Yeah, it's only 6 days. You know, obviously they weren't training on Monday. So we'll get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. A bit of work yesterday. So what's changed, mate? What has changed?
The big thing as well, mate. I mean, where's Tillman? The Tillman's not anywhere to be seen as well in amongst
Injured.
all that.
Injured, mate.
Aye, it looks it. So, what's probably changed, Ox, is maybe Beale's looked at it. He's tried to lay down the gauntlet that you can't go into. You can't declare yourself fit and go in there kind of half-hearted into games and stuff like that. He's now wanting players to grab the shot, I think now. And now he's basically, well, for what we can see with that midfield, Raskin and Cantwell are getting a chance again, mate. It's up to them to grab their shot today. Because I think he tried Cantwell, was it a couple of weeks ago for the start? And again, he only lasted about 60 minutes when he took off Hadji and in fact, it was a Partick Thistle game, wasn't it? So it just shows you, I think, like I said today, I think Cantwell, folk were screaming for Cantwell and Raskin to get their start last week. They're getting their start this week, and it's up to them now to kind of go out and perform. And maybe it will give the, like say, the ones that we're seeing on the bench, Lundstrom, Kamara, Morelos, a wee kind of kick up the bum, Ox, because maybe they thought they're too comfortable in the team.
Oh, maybe, or maybe if these are two of these players and things are going to evolve, these will become two of the main starters, mate, every week, if they're fit. Of course, if they're fit. And they will start, and he's starting to get his own team together. Yeah? Does that make sense, GB?
I think he's starting to realise that he can't keep going back to the well. I think he's got to freshen it up, Ox. I think maybe a thing he's learned for last week, that he's got to get legs into that midfield. And let's face it, Ox, see if you're bringing on a fit John Lundstrom for 70 odd minutes for you, that's a good substitution. But there's no point bringing on a fit Raskin at 70 minutes when the boy Raskin's got a tank in him. You know what I mean? He's got an engine there to burn that he could run the full 90 minutes for you. So, did
you listen to last night's show, mate?
No, mate, I didn't.
Right, I was just going to say you telling me you don't agree with Fox, but that's another debate. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. If it's all right with you, GB, we'll get these phone lines open and then we'll continue, me and you, yeah?
Yeah, mate, that sounds good, mate.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
That's a great point you make, GB, about, you know, you're fit. I accept it in the course of a season. People play when they're not 100% fit. There's, you know, you have knocks and all that, but when you look as if you're 75% fit, you know, it leads to people criticising what you've done. And I'm not just criticising Beale. It's been a constant thread for the last 18 months, if I'm being honest.
Aye, for certain players in that squad, Ox, they've just not looked themselves. And I think even during the week, probably Lundstrom didn't help himself with his press conference. We turned around saying that he was fully fit and able. I mean, the guy that we seen at the weekend there didn't look fully fit and able. I mean, so again, maybe he's got to stand back and look at his position in the team, look at his performances, and see what he's got to do. Because to be honest, if the likes of Raskin and Cantwell go out and have a blinder the day, then maybe he'll have to raise. He knows himself he'll need to raise the level. Because I did felt that Lundstrom was coming back to form in that Hearts game, but no, it is good that the manager's been brave, Ox, and he has benched the ones that he probably let him down at the weekend. Lundstrom, Kamara, Morelos. I mean, probably the three highlights there. And I'm really pleased to see Colak get his start. Ox, I think he's a top goal scorer. I mean, it's time for him now to grab that shot back and press on with his goal tally, because he's proved already in a kind of an upset team that he can score goals. So what's he got to be like when he's got a settled team beside him? You know what I mean?
Hopefully he should be fit now. It seems to be a common theme. I don't know about Alfie, mate. I thought Alfie wasn't the worst last week. I thought the midfield too. I thought last week Fashion was maybe in the first half okay. Alfie came into the game. Kent, I thought didn't have a good game at all. You know, and then I thought Alfie grew in the second half, and then when they got the goal, I couldn't understand taking them off. Maybe you're blinkered because you're talking about the Alfredo we've had, but maybe you're a wee bit blinkered with your affection for the Alfredo in the past, you know.
Mate, I mean, I totally agree with you. He got the goal last week, so he was fired up for that point onwards, isn't he? So he's dangerous then when he's like that, and you could have kept him on and he could have maybe helped get the second one or whatever. But I think what's happened is the course of this week is he's been highlighted that there's been plenty of ex-players came out and spoke about Alfredo, that he's not contributing in the game. He's stalling a lot. He's no. I mean, he was meant to track McGregor, stuff like that. We watched another opposition team there, and their forwards.
Here's a question for you then. Yeah, if he was meant to do that job, and he didn't do it in the first half, why did he appear in the second half?
I think Beale kind of answered it, didn't he? He wanted to he didn't want to fling his players under the bus, so he wanted to give them that time to show that they could change it around.
You're doing a job, you don't do it, you make mistakes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I know, mate. What I says, but the manager's turned down and said why he let them on. You mean why he continued with
if that was his job? If it was his job, anyway. Give us a team, and then I think we've got a caller.
Right, mate. So the starting 11 is McGregor, Tav, Golson, Davies, Barisic, Jack, Raskin, Cantwell, Fashion Jr., Ken, and Colak. The subs is McLaughlin, Lundstrom, Hadji, Suter, Kamara, Morelos, Wright, Arfield, and Devine.
All right, okay. All right, good to see Suter back. The bench is looking stronger, even though we get bad news yesterday about the injuries. Yeah, Roof and Lawrence for the season. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Aye, a bit of. I mean, we've not had Lawrence running about the squad, so I wasn't too hammered about that, but. I mean, you know me, mate. I've always kind of been a fan of Roof, and I was just hoping that he was going to turn a corner. But unfortunately, it's only gone one way for Roof now. Unfortunately,
I think he's got a year left in his contract, mate. I mean, that'll not be the end yet. As much as you like him, We've not seen Big Hollander. We like Big Hollander when we played, but we've not seen him for 2 years, you know.
And that's the way it's going to be, Ox, isn't it, for the likes of Roof now? It's going to be, he'll have a year, and it's up to him how much he wants to make of that year. I think Rangers, like you say, will be this. They might have a discussion with him to see if he fancies leaving, but like I think you said last night, that he's a player like that's not going to leave unless you're going to give him funny money to leave. You mean, so if the player stays, then it's up to Roof to kind of make the best of that year.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if it is. Anyway, we've been joined by old Davy. Hello, Davy.
How you doing, boys? Good afternoon. Nice to hear you.
Hi, Davy.
Thanks for the call, Davy. We'll let you go, but we do recognise it's 10 months to your birthday, mate, yeah?
Oh, you're an awful man. But I'm over. We were talking about it last night, about when you were asking the guys what would your team be and who would you know play. And I think I got that nearly spot on, because I said at the time, I'll take out two in the middle and put in Kuilmarnock. And that what he's playing with today. But hindsight's a great thing. But I do believe we would have started better last week. I mean, last week's in the past. We've got to bury it. But I think that team there should have started last week.
The way we performed in that first half last week, Davey, if we'd have started with you, we would have done better.
Yeah, you're right.
You know. GB?
Hi, Davey. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to see the changes today. I did honestly think he would have maybe went with Alfredo again, but it just shows you that he has got to give Kuilmarnock his chance, which I'm glad of. He is a top goal scorer, mate, and I couldn't understand last week, unless he wasn't fully fit, that why you wouldn't have your top goal scorer on the park to try and win you a cup. That was a big question mark for me last week. But anyway, we move on. We've got the day's game, Kuilmarnock's chance. Kent again needs to turn up in this game, and like I says, we've got a kind of a fresh looking midfield there, ready to roll, mate.
Aye, thoughts, Davey, in the midfield?
Aye, definitely. Aye, I'm up for that. And I meant to mention, it was great to hear Bob J last night. It was marvellous.
Made my night, mate. Made my night.
It was great. He's a true blue. I think I honestly don't get it. I mean, I'm fed up. We're fed up talking about last week. We let last week go. That's history. This is the day. We're always going on about we need legs. No, I think that team's got legs, and it's got a wee bit of bite in it as well. That we didn't have last week. So I'm trying to see how this will pan out, and I'm very confident. Very confident.
Are you a legs man, Davey?
Sorry?
Are you a legs man?
A legs man?
ZZ Top there.
We'll be joined by Andy for Leeds. How we doing?
Good evening, boys. By the way, I'm an everything man these days.
Anyone, everyone.
Anyone, everyone. Aye. Derry kind of stole my thunder there. I think the team's a week too late. I would have dropped Kent as well, but as the alternative, right? Well, you've got to go with Kent, haven't you? We come out hopefully and put in a good result, but it papers the cracks on it. You know what I mean? If we win today, if we win well, everybody's going to go, well, we're expected to do that. So he's kind of damned and they kind of know into it. But just come out and get a good win. Like the way I look at it now, I don't know if I'm not dreaming. I'm not sure that we've got to win every league game. That would take us down to only losing the league by 3 points. And if we won every game outside of the league, we'd win the Scottish Cup. So it would look a hell of a lot better and give them a basis to work off. They
if that was to happen,
very good players.
If that was to happen, like that, what you're saying, Andy, the Beale tenure would be after a really good start. I know we've not won 2 games against them. First one unluckily, second one we got what we deserved, and I think we're quite honest, and I don't think they were great neither, if I'm being honest. But if what you're saying came to fruition, that would mean that Beale was building his own team, and obviously 5, 6, 7, 8 players are going to come in as starters, he says. So when you get to next August, you're going to have revolution, no evolution. GB, and then we'll go back to Andy.
Oh, Andy, mate, I mean, I love the positivity there, and I would love that to happen, that we smash all these league games and we lift that cup at the end of the season. And plus, mate, see if that does go that way, it creates doubt on the other side of the city. I mean, it puts question marks up on them as well, mate. So it is needed, Andy. I think it starts the day, mate. That, as much as you're saying that it might Pepe out of the crack this the day, I think see if we go out and we use this as a kind of base to start for now, a fresh. I mean, that's the very unrecognisable midfield we're really seeing apart from Jack in there. I mean, so it'll be good to see. Hopefully, this partnership build up Raskin and Cantwell in there, and hopefully that can flourish, mate.
Gary, don't mention Jack. Doug is battling me in the three because he's been picked.
What's he been saying?
Listen, if Jack plays, I get a battering. Don't worry about that. Oh, dearie me, it's my fault.
I would have played Ryan Jack last week where he played when he went to that shape.
Yeah,
he's got to play Ryan Jack, not the boy Tillman. I don't think he was fair to the boy Tillman last week.
No, it was evident as well after 15 minutes when he took the second done that he wanted off, and I would have, the fact that he did that, and we were playing badly, I would have done that, and it would have shocked the team up and let him know that. Well, wait a minute, I'm going to make an important decision, because saying that you're going to throw guys under, I don't want to throw them under the bus. Well, that was, in my opinion, that cup final was his real major decision to lay a marker down on his team, and he didn't. He let it go on in certain parts. We could all see it needed change. And we're all managers, aren't we? Let's be honest. It's easy sitting here and wherever we are talking about what we should have done. We're not the manager, and I get all that. But the way I'm looking at it now, I'm just trying to, I've been so down, but I just thought this morning, got up, I thought, right, I know the team we've got, but I thought, no, look, if we can win all these games, that don't look bad. He picks out a couple of these youngsters, a couple of players that he wants to put in, if that was to work, then Morales probably wouldn't start and things like that, and then he'd have players to look at and go forward with, and then his quality. But we've got to look like that. If it goes the other way, we're all going to be going nuts again, and we don't want that, do we? We've had enough of that. We've had too many years of it. So I'm going to try and be different and be a bit positive for the remainder of the season. We'll see how they play, like, but that's the way I'm looking at it before we start. Like, I think we have to do now. It was a harsh lesson that. As I said last night, I thought the way you conducted yourself all the shows all week was fantastic. Great points. And it's not hard to keep your head when something like that happens, is it? Especially when you don't put it in,
Yeah. Listen, I know those shows totally live. There's people listening all the time that only friends of yours. And welcome, all our new listeners since last Sunday. We recognise that. We're totally live. We put a service out there for Rangers supporters to discuss all the events in the club. And it's all about opinions, but you've got to protect people for themselves sometimes, Andy,
Oh, I get that. Hey, listen, we all want to blow off like that, and we all do privately. If you see us off there, we're totally different people, but I get that. And live, you've got certain people that's wanting to chop us up as well. So I'm aware of all that,
Still entitled to their opinion, but anyway, it is what it is. But we'll be playing against the Kuilmarnock team of Walker, Alamusi, Taylor, Wright, Dorset, Chamber, Armstrong's Power. He always seems to play against us every season, forever. Polworth, Mackenzie, and Dodge. The boy Armstrong, I don't think he's a fan of your club, but it looks as if he's got ability, so it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Can I just also give a big shout out to NASA, who have messaged us and they're listening on Twitter, so the North American Rangers Supporters Association. We salute you, and remember, you're still the people. GB, people join us all the time. Can you please give us a team, and then we'll get Davy's thoughts on the defence.
Okay, Ox, so the starting 11 is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Davies, Barisic, Jack, Raskin, Cantwell, Fashion Jr., Kent and Cholak. And the subs is McLaughlin, Lundstrom, Hadji, Suter, Kamara, Morelos, Wright, Arfield and Devine.
Yeah, with Suter coming back and Hadji's back in the bench, obviously every week getting stronger. I think he's there for next season. The back four seems to be picking itself at the moment. Suter coming back in will bring competition. Hopefully, Davy, and we can improve in there. Ridvan's back in training, so things are starting to move. Obviously a bit late, Davy, but they're moving.
Yeah, you're spot on. And that last point you made was, I've been wanting to say that for a wee while, but you're talking about how the show goes out to other people and how we come in and comment. Because I get fed up listening to these guys. Oh, I listen to go, oh, you're imploding, you know. But I mean, we don't need to get that lot. Any kind of encouragement. We all say we're peace and that's it, and we all know who we are. The defence, yes, picks itself. I would a couple of points I would change there. A couple of, you know, I said fullbacks, but where we are, we are where we are, I'm afraid.
Listen, David, as I said, I think things are going to, they're not going to evolve. There's going to be a wee bit of revolution, and he'll have a go at building his own team. Anyway, we've been joined by Aussie, yeah. Good evening to you, sir. Good morning. Well, good afternoon here. Good evening to you. Or is it morning? It's morning, isn't it?
Good morning. How are we?
Yeah. Good morning to you. Good morning, Aussie.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah. That's the team that I would have picked last week.
I wouldn't have. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't have. I would have played Raskin. I might have played Kamara where we in front of a fit John Lundstrom, and we're asking with Kamara in a different role. I sort of thought that Bobby's point was valid in that game.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain players.
Yeah.
Fit it.
I mean, if
I would also started with Morelos, but I get what people are saying. Yeah.
I mean, if Lundstrom was match fit, he would have started definitely, but he wasn't match fit. He was just fit, and that was one of the differences. But yeah, I mean, Kamara hasn't been playing at all this year.
No, so, he was absolutely terrible last week. And
he's been terrible for ages.
Yeah.
Most of the season. I mean, I don't want to really go back onto it, but he's passing. I think he did most of his passes were backwards, even from free kicks. And the one time the first time he did a forward pass, we almost scored from
it. Yeah, I get it, mate. I mean, I'm not arguing that his form's terrific. I'm not arguing that at all. I'm just saying I would have played him. I wouldn't have played Tillman personally. And I even would have still played Morelos last week. And I wouldn't have took Morelos off, but I would have brought Cholak on.
Yeah,
I would have brought Cholak on. Yeah. But anyway, you're right. It's gone, mate. It's gone, and I'm looking forward to seeing how we set up the day, Aussie.
Yes. I mean that was one of the issues from last week as well, as how we set up, and we just didn't set up properly like we normally do. We played a whole different system, and I don't know why. I mean, he's admitted that he's made a mistake, but he can't make those mistakes too often, or else,
You know the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Davey and Andy.
I think you'll see a big difference in the work rate today, and that's what was badly missing last week. You gave me 10 Gattusos, and that'll do me, because when you start talking about Kamara, and he's history now, I think, you know, but we've got the young guys in there, and I think that'll, as you say, there's more to come, I think, for us, but we're maybe a bit late in the season, but there's still plenty of time yet to do what we need to do.
Aye. Talking about the day's game, Andy, how do you think we'll set up? I know you're not a master tactician. I know that that's
no,
not
I'm
your
not
thing.
a master tactician at anything. I just talk a lot. But you know, in the plays, I don't know about you'll probably shoot me down here, right? But you see, just something out there new. I would like to just come out of the tunnel there, right, and just go flat back 4, midfield 4, and up the top 4-4-2, and just go for it in an old-fashioned way. I know that's not going to happen.
I don't
but
think,
I think the players that are in that team could do that.
I don't think it's old-fashioned, mate. I don't think you're alone in thinking. There's times where you have to win the midfield battle, and this modern trend of some of the things we do in football now, that when goalies pass the ball to the centre half 5 yards for the goal and everybody's in tender hooks and teams lose goals, not just our team, everybody. It doesn't make it right. Because it's fashionable, it doesn't make it right. You have to do what suits the players you've got and the opposition you're against and your setup. And there's no right or wrong answer. GB?
No, actually, you pick the team, and 9 times out of 10, it's down to the players. So you could pick the best tactics in the world, but the players have still got to go out and perform. And in likes of the day, we've got to perform to help Čolak today. I mean, we've got to get that ball into that guy, because I says if we supply him today, I'm 100% sure that he'll be on the score sheet by the end of the game. We just need to get, like, Kent, as much as Gio was murdered for putting Kent out in a wing, when Kent was out in that wing, he did feed Čolak pretty well. So there needs to be a kind of bit of that today where he's getting fed, and same with Fashion. Fashion needs to be a wee bit more heat up, no be offside as much. And obviously, Finky's passing, make sure his passing's got to be worthwhile. Just not a kind of shot in the dark or a lash across the park kind of thing. We need to make sure that the day Fashion thinks about his how he's got to get near Čolak or help him, or vice versa. Čolak helps Fashion. I mean, again, that front three's got to be important for us to win the game today, because again, Kuilmarnock will be a sticky team. You've mentioned a couple of players already, Ox, especially Power and that Armstrong. They love to seem to perform against us and turn up for the one game a season kind of mentality. So again, I would like to see a couple of goals early on, and us get the lead in the first half, Ox. I don't want to be going into another half time and it's 0-0, or half time and we've conceded a stupid goal. But I want to see us go today in positivity, and like I says, all these attacking options that we've got in that part should be sending us at half time at least 1 or 2 up.
Aussies posted some words of wisdom. Players lose you games, not tactics. There's so much crap talked about tactics, but people who barely know how to win at dominoes. That was Brian Clough.
So true.
You know,
you never had.
The players don't do what you tell them. It's if you've told somebody to stick next to somebody and he doesn't stick next to them, it's not the tactic it's wrong. It's the player that's not done his job, Andy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the problem, isn't it? We've got a lot of players that I don't know if they can understand it, but there's a lot of players that are cheating themselves there, you know, and that's not shouting off or banging them out now. They've got to look at selling them. I know they get big money, and it seems to be all about the wages now and not loyalty to any one club that they play for. But surely you should be like, you get up in the, if I wouldn't play like that or did that on the look, I'd be looking in the mirror myself and say, come on, you need to do better than that, or you're going to get yourself into trouble. You like to think today that they're hurting, albeit it's a week too late. I would have liked them being out in last week and doing the business, but they've got to, that's gone now. We've got to come out here today. We've got just let's say, can you give us 2 halves where they play really well in it, and we get a couple of goals in each half, and then it's a start of going forward. There's nothing worse than playing like that and no winning. Your confidence goes. Everybody's doing. But we can get out of here and get a good score. Eh? Is
that all you can say? 2 halves? 2 halves? Because we
never
that's all you kept saying. 2 halves. 2 halves.
Aye. Well, I tried a bit of the gold. I tried a bit of the golden stuff there last night. She's not happy with me at the moment. Like, they've got the 16th birthday party for the granddaughter tonight. Like, so I'm trying to be on my best behaviour before the night.
Sure. That's what you said. 2 halves. 2 halves.
2 halves. Aye. I had a few. I remember that anyway.
Right. Anyway. Right. How's it going to go today, Ozzy?
Well, I hope we start off with high tempo, close them down, and have some shots on goals from outside the box. Not try and tippy tap it in, and have a go. Win the second ball. Do all the basic things, and when you do that, then you can go on and do the extras.
Yeah, Davey, you're a fan of extras.
Yeah, I'm expecting a big difference today. It's got to be, and I think they'll start with 2 blocks of 5. Actually, I don't think they'll even play one up. So we'll need to just hopefully we might get an early break, which would settle us down. But the main thing that's worrying me is that if the longer the game drags on and they're sitting in, I just hope we don't lose the plot or the Bears get on their tail, because that happens a couple of times, But very confident today. But that team, I'm very, very confident.
Andy, how's it going to go, mate? Have you got a bet on?
Yeah, I took 5-0. I didn't get much odds for it. I thought it was only about 22-1 or something like that. And I thought, no, come on, I'm going to go. One of these bets are going to come on. They've absolutely stung me this season. So hopefully get a bit of that light. But no, logically, I think a good 3, possibly 4. If we start well and get a couple of early goals, which again, repeating myself all the time, that's a basis to go on and play really well into it. So I like the first 20 minutes. I'd like to see Rangers get a couple of goals, and then you might just see, because they've got to be angry. Oh, then another thing I'll say, I hope the fans I know they're annoyed and all that at the moment. We all seem to be gathering in pace on all agreeing at what's going on. And my time following Rangers, when that usually happens, if it goes bad, it can get toxic. I'd just like to think that the guys get behind them today and, try to get them on. And if we could start with this first win and then build this run of games that are open with what, that they're going to do. And then if that was a scenario that I said early doors, wouldn't be happy because we've not won the league and all that, but it's a start and a basis when he brings new players and the players that he wants to keep. Is a platform to go forward, yeah?
Yeah, so look, Fox has put a point in that they've got Big Ash Taylor, who's a big, like a dominant centre-half, if you like, and he has scored goals not just against us, against a few teams for this team and his previous team. And they will play for set pieces, maybe long throws as well, and try and get the ball in the box. You can write the script, Davey, how most of these teams are going to play at Ibrox, can't you?
Well, unfortunately, that's where we are with Scottish football. And one of the things we've discussed in the past, and you've been one of the guys that's mentioned it as well, is we play these teams too many times. I mean, you could shut your eyes and know what they're going to do next, and that's with your eyes shut. But that is where we are at the moment with our football is. I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah, I just don't think the 4 times a season works, mate. I've got to be honest. No. But we've tried it for, what's that now? It's close to 50 years, and I don't think it works. I think it's... that's just my personal opinion. People talk about the bigger games, the old firm games, and playing against decent teams. You don't play Aberdeen or Hibs and Hearts as often, but I know they're less of a spectacle because you play that often. There's 2 sides to the coin, and then you've got the other teams that you see 4 times a season. It's a non-event. I just think we need a bit more forward thinking. But that's only me, GB. Other people might see it differently.
It's all about opinions, Ox. That's what the show's about, mate. It's all about opinions. Ox, I just want to ask you this quickly. Like, how are you seeing the Cholak set up this in the game of the day? Are we going to see Cholak is up there himself, or do you think he will play in the free?
Oh, he'll be in front of Cantwell, Sakala, and Wright, mate. Yeah, it'll be a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, and they 3 will be licensed to get close to him. I just hope that Cholak's fit, This is something I've been on about. I think he's looked unfit when he's played. He's not looked sharp. He's made runs and all that, but he's not looked sharp. And it's took him a long time. If you think back to that Dundee United game, Andy, he obviously wasn't fit when we played him in the first half.
That's right.
And that was that was January, and this is now March, and he's still no fit. That's what worries me.
I think it's vitally important that we play to his strengths as well. Because you got to bear in mind, even before he took the hit, and also you got to bear in mind that the fact that he's coming off an injury, but he's also got on his mind before he took the injury, he'd not scored a goal for 8 games. He was on a dry run then. I think it's vitally important that you play to his strengths today, and hopefully he don't just get the one goal, he gets 2 with what you would call a 70% performance, because he's still building up. He's not match fit now again, so I'm intrigued with Kuilmarnock. I mean, at times I thought even when he was playing well, I didn't think the players were kind of like they were with him. They were kind of a couple of buff friends in there, not getting the ball properly, because the guy does run into positions. I bet you see the one that he got against the Filth there last week. He'd have been fit. I think he'd have scored that. That went under his foot. I think he'd have buried that, but hindsight and all that. But let's get him going. He's in there from the start now. He hopefully gets a good 70-80 minutes. I'd like to see him stay on if he's playing well, away a couple of goals, and I think that'll do the boys' confidence a whole lot of good. Am I convinced that he's a brilliant striker? No, but he can score goals.
But if it doesn't matter if you're a brilliant striker, Davey.
No, it doesn't.
If you score goals, it doesn't matter what your play's like, does it?
Oh, definitely, you're spot on. But I mean, we're talking about playing to his strengths. All the rest should be playing to their strengths. Because if they don't play to their strengths, Kuilmarnock can't get the ball. So his strengths, it works all over the park. They all need to buck up. That's what it's all going to be. It's a game for everybody there to throw their lot into this.
It's a team game, Davey. It's a team game, yeah.
No, 100%. You're 100% on.
Right. So you're really going for 4 today. You're really going for 4 today, Andy.
Yeah, I'm looking for a nice 4 now. If it comes in, it comes in. I just do them daft bets, like only a couple of quid here and there,
But interest, well, obviously you've been following Southside Super 6. You've made your first.
No, definitely not. No. Listen, if I was taking his advice, I'm going to go for a bank loan, I think.
That wouldn't be able to buy any business.
In his defence, I did see the line, and I did see the bet, and he sent me on Saturday night that he was waiting for 2 on Sunday in the Bay Stoated. It was a 7-1, 2-1 accumulator. He got up for 6 teams. He picked the wrong bet to put forward for his Super 6 last week because he went for the safer one. So, he got one up, but he didn't put it out in the show.
He's a trier,
right.
He's a trier.
Oh, mate, he's having a go, and he'll get it 1 week. And I think if he gets it, he might go on a run. He might go on a run. It's a bit of fun, Ozzy. It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Aye, it's a bit of fun. I mean, I'm going a 2-0, and I think Kuilmarnock will get them both. Can I ask Davey a question?
Yes, mate.
Davey, you like the Maltesers, don't you?
Oh, it has been known.
Have you tried the new one? There's a new one out here. It's where is it? It's called Extra Choc. It's a double coat Malteser.
Yeah.
Have you tried them?
Yeah.
Oh, they're nice, aren't they?
Superb. Don't get them going about. Don't start him about Maltesers.
I thought he was going to say Vegemite Maltesers there, Andy.
Come on.
I'm glad, Ox, because I thought it was coming for me there, so he left me alone.
Oh, dear. It's good to hear people laughing against GB. I don't know we've heard that all week.
No, and can I just say there is other chocolates available?
Aye, Wackos.
Guys, Look, guys, one of these days you'll all become a pensioner yourself. So you've got to cut the cloth to suit.
Listen, while we're talking about food, can I just salute Big Stevie's went on a health kick, and a few days later, Morton's rolls are shut down. You can put 2 and 2 together and come up with sign of the time. Sign of the times. Right, last word for you, Davey, then Andy, then Ozzy.
Yeah, well, just uppers numbers, bring it on. I go for what Ozzy was saying. I'll take 2-0 and a good performance, and then we'll take it from there. And thanks for having us on. It's the best show in town, as I've always said. And God bless the Glasgow Rangers. See you later, guys.
Yeah, me echo that as well. Great. It's great to hear everybody laughing a wee bit and all. We've had a hard few days, haven't we? But we'll go forward. What's the cry? No surrender. Let's get it on.
Ozzy?
Yeah, same as the other guys. Andy, keep the positivity going, mate. You're much better that way.
I'm worried about him. I'm worried about him.
How long will it last?
Scott, I can keep it going right till I open the WhatsApp up, and then I'm in trouble again, aren't I? So you behave yourself.
Hey, do you play dominoes?
Dominoes?
he plays blind dominoes.
Ox, it's good to hear that. It's good to hear the boys in calling in this afternoon and getting G'd up for the game. I'm hoping for a wee 2-0 and a performance, Ox. I'll take that today. And like I say, we'll speak to you after the full time result, mate.
All right. Can I thank Davey coming in, Ozzy, and of course the one and only Andy for Leeds, the legend that is GB, for supporting Fox and Old School Boy for doing the technicals. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle, celebrating the Rangers victory. Take it away, Old School Boy.